So you may be wondering, well, what's this Mr. Iris thing about anyway? Well, here's the deal. Iris is the more sociable one. You may be thinking, well, how's that possible? You're the one on stage with the mic under the spotlight. Yes, that's because she made me get up here, and I want to stay married. But in other situations, like if we're at church or at an outing, she's the one pretty much doing all the socializing. I can sit in the corner and just people watch, which is where I get my material. So what that happens is Iris is also in the medical field. She's very, very established. She's been a nurse over 30 plus years. Yeah, like I said, 53, 7, anyway. So she's been a nurse over 30 years. And so when I'm hanging out with her in her environment, nobody knows who I am. Nobody cares. I don't have any impressive stories. One time we went to camp, and I say we, which translates into I was volunteered for camp. So Iris comes home, she says, hey, we're going to do this camp for kids. I love kids. We work with kids. I'm thinking, okay, I'm in. She's like, yeah. A couple things, though. It's a hemophilia camp in Tishomingo. I'm like, where's Tishomingo and what is hemophilia? She's like, oh, Tishomingo, I'm an intern. Yeah. And hemophilia is these kids who have, bleeding disorders. My first thought is, then why are we sending them to camp? Are we just done with these kids? This is just the last stop for them? We're just going to push them down a waterfall and be like, I don't know what happened to Bobby. So I'm terrified that I'm going to be in charge of a bunch of little bleeders who can't ride bicycles. So the day before camp, everyone's there, the staff's there, and they're all introducing themselves. And this is impressive stuff. This doctor is talking about how he sewed this kid's leg back on, and all he had was some sewing thread and some Gorilla Glue, something crazy like that. This other lady's like, well, this kid stopped breathing for 25 minutes, and I had a bicycle pump, and I saved him. Iris gets up there, and she's like, yeah, we had one kid who was born without veins, so I used some coffee stirrers and some tape. He's still alive today. Then they turn to me and they're like, well, who are you? Who, me? I'm Mr. Iris.